Hello, everybody. Welcome to Avatar Legends Prologue number 1 from Reign of Fire, Fire and Brimstone. This is a Diceaholic stream. What that means is that sometimes a bunch of my friends get together, along with sometimes Silas, and we play any number of tabletop RPGs, ranging from Dungeons and Dragons on occasion, Call of Cthulhu, Vampire the Masquerade, Avatar Legends, and pretty much anything else that I can get my hands on at any point in time. Tonight, as previously stated, is an Avatar Legends campaign by Magpie Games, of which we are very excited to play and figure out in front of people we don't know. But before we get into this, oh my God, how we feeling? Woo!
Woo!
Wrong answer.
I feel like it'd be a bummer to talk about my food poisoning, so we're just gonna go with woo!
Yeah.
Also, I like half of that is very interesting.
I like how you say sometimes silence when I'm on every goddamn game on this channel.
Don't make me fix that. Not that I have any real control over that. Anyway. But once again, this is a Diceaholic stream. If you enjoy anything that you see or hear tonight, consider giving us a follow. We have our socials up there linked. They're free to look at. Somewhere. We have a Discord this direction, I believe. We have a Discord channel to check out, hang out, and make fun of me in other places too.
Yeah.
Tonight, since we're all aware this is an Avatar game, we need a few ground rules. And it sounds like the music is telling me that it is time to end. Oh, wait, I didn't think this through because we don't have more music to do that with. I'm just going to put it back on. We need a few more ground rules. Whoop. Before we get into the setting and the plot, we must first recognize a few truths that we're all going to stand by for the duration of this game. In order to have a little more agency over the world that we are going to fuck around in and treat like a little play, like a sandbox, and relinquish the potential responsibility of having to roleplay characters whose stories have already been told, I can't handle playing Iroh. In no world will I be able to do that man justice. In no world. So,
fair.
At least 90 to 95% of the Avatar cast as originally constituted has been stricken from the record. In this alternate universe, they do not exist. Not Aang, no Roku, no Ozai, or his hilariously evil children. There will be a few familiar-ish faces, Sozin being one of them. And Avatar Roku has been replaced with another firebending Avatar Ko, who's been pretty much just kind of filling Roku's shoes. He's done a lot of the same things. The Crescent Isle disaster, among other things, and it's generally the same, but there are some other things going on, which we will eventually probably get into.
Oh.
This is an alternate universe. The future is uncertain. Nothing is promised. The Fire Nation may win the war. 100 years may not even pass before the other nations bow to the reign of fire. So, with these truths accepted, oh geez, with these truths accepted, we're going to begin. Now, we're just gonna try it. We're just gonna try this guy. Hopefully that works out. For many years, the nations have known a degree of peace between all of them. There are no acts of war, no nation-spanning conflict. There are tensions between the Northern Water Tribe and the Earth Kingdom over trade, the Air Nomads and the Fire Nation over class disputes, but nothing so daunting as war. Avatar Ko, master of all four elements, has retired at an old age and lives at as a caretaker of the island, caretaker for Makapu village off the Fire Nation coast. But this does not mean the world stops turning. In fact, to keep policy moving, Fire Lord Ozai has agreed to host the Foreign Nations. Sure, I say this fucking name right. The Foreign Nations Summit and Technological Symposium in Hari Bulkan, where all of the greatest minds of each of the four nations is going to get together and present their ideas for a better world. Theoretically. For many of the seasoned delegates know what you and I know. That the most interesting things discussed are the things that are never said. The winds of war always begin behind closed doors, before billowing out one person at a time. With that in mind, we are presented with a unique opportunity. Both Yuka and Taimon, progeny of some noble houses, have acquired invitations to this summit. In Hari Bulkan, it is relative proximity to the Fire Nation Royal Palace. It is a place where a lot of different guests are entertained, especially in the one Zoryu Hall. It is a very affluent and beautiful, touristy kind of place in the Fire Nation, where a lot of the fancy people exist. Zoryu Hall is this very tall, very large building. It has golden dragons wrapped around the innumerable pillars, beautiful classical Fire Nation art plastered all over the walls in beautiful scrolls. The day is nice. A few clouds in the sky, but a very clear view of the sun and the sky. You see a great number of people start funneling in of all different kinds of nationalities. You're kind of standing outside, waiting what to do. You know, the actual party's inside. But based off your general disposition, you're not super thrilled at the idea of being surrounded by a bunch of strangers and talking to the rabble. What do you do?
Probably right now, just leaning up against a wall or a pillar outside, just people watching. I imagine just having kind of short conversations here or there. Or Ty will give Yuka a nudge every now and then when he sees someone who looks outlandish that catches his attention.
Yeah.
You see the largest airbender you have ever seen. She is very largely built, with broad shoulders and long hair, with the top part of her head shaved off to show the arrow. You didn't know airbenders grew that large. Some time passes.
All right, well, how long do you think we can hang out here before we have to go inside?
Well, we should probably head in now. I'd assume there's at least someone in there who knows us, who's expecting us.
Probably.
All right.
Well, the sooner we get in there, the sooner we can leave.
Do our due diligence. Let's go. Oh, by the way, Timon, he's at the current moment in time around early 15, late 14 or so, maybe somewhere in that range. He's got this sandy brownish hair, loosely spiked upwards, silverish eyes, a very unserious demeanor about him, bit of a jokester.
Nice. And then next to him is obviously Yuka. Yuka, obviously coming here pretty much at Ty's request, is probably wearing closer to his his armor, his Fire Nation armor. He's got this like real short, black hair, kind of looks like it's been combed recently. Brown eyes, got a little bit of scruff going on. Usually has pretty laid back attitude, doesn't take, not super serious all the time. Question, OGM, would I have an animal companion?
Baby right now.
Baby right now? Okay. Then
Probably not with you.
mind. Okay, I was gonna say, is there like people who brought animals here? Is there a place to like park them, or like if it's
No.
Okay, then but never mind. If
in polite
Sisu
society,
is
we
just
traditionally
a baby.
do not bring and park our Komodo rhinos next to where the delegation
Okay.
is taking place.
Well, people are coming in from other places, so they travel. I would assume, But if Sisu is just a baby right now, it doesn't matter. He is at home.
No Komodo rhino daycare, I'm afraid.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We head inside.
Yeah.
The actual entrance, well, generally large by a normal entrance standard, is quite narrow. It is tall but narrow. You can fit like 2 people in at once comfortably. Your eyes readjust to the insides. The Fire Nation interior is usually adorned with a lot of red, a lot of dark maroons and golds, and this place is no different. It is well put together and beautiful, and you see a bunch of different people and delegates conversing from all different tribes. Walking deeper into the Zoryu Hall, you see this huge amphitheater right in the middle with a bunch of seats centered around in a circle looking down onto something of a coliseum. The general hobnobbery and party chatter kind of grows once you're in there. You see a number of strange individuals. You see the really hoity-toity Earth Kingdom nobles. A bunch of the Water Tribe folk who seem a little bit more like your kind of people. Air nomads who are generally scattered and very interested in a lot of different wares around here. There are some people selling traditional Fire Nation snacks. Fire flakes abound, among other things. Looking around, there isn't a lot for the youngins to do. This place is a politician's wet dream.
Yeah.
You're sure there's something important to do? Probably, but not by your standards. You do notice something odd in one of the more important looking Earth Kingdom delegates. Just chatting it up with one of the guards. Which is weird. You wouldn't expect him to be chatting it up with one of the guards. That's all.
Just kind of raise an eyebrow at that. And then
Yeah.
probably draw my attention immediately back to the food vendors and other traders around the area.
Yep.
Oh yeah. For sure.
In fact, there are a bunch from different nations. You see, while it's predominantly Fire Nation is set up in here in order to, show the richness of their culture.
Yeah.
Have kind of taken the majority of the stalls with a bunch of food that you're very well aware of. The Water Tribe has like one station set up in which they have a bunch of like dried meats. The Air Nomads have sweets and pastries, and the Earth Kingdom has pamphlets dedicated to the life and the life and times of the current Earth King, Jalun.
Gotcha. Probably straight to the baked goods and sweets.
Woo!
Nice.
The Air Nomad there is about middling age. He is he's bald, in traditional air nomad garb, and you see a bunch of his friends, much older than him, are generally around the stall, and he has cakes and delicious nuts from the Northern Air Temple, among other things.
Nice.
And he just greets you very warmly, like, well, it's nice to meet you, sir. Can I help you?
Absolutely. What am I looking at?
Right here, you are looking at some traditional gooey cakes from the Southern Air Temple. We have a collection of lychee nuts here on the right from... Oh no, where are these from? And we have cake!
Well, I'll take some gooey cake and some lychee nuts. I assume that we got an appropriate portion of spendings.
Yes, pretty reasonably so.
Yeah.
He charges you just a ridiculously small fee for the cake and the nuts. You sense that he probably did that because he does not know where the nuts are from and is a little bit scared.
Fair enough.
Cool.
See, I'm headed over to the... Oh, go. Sorry.
Oh no, he takes your money and he looks at it. Fire Nation money is so interesting. I've never seen one in real life. With the flames and the gold.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Hot. And he pockets it. Where do you go, Yuka?
I'm headed over to the dried meats.
Okay.
I'm headed over to the water trap.
And Taimon, of course, the cake is delicious. It has like the consistency kind of peanut butter, and it's sweeter. Peanut butter mixed with like actual butter and sugar.
His eyes go wide. This is delicious. Yuka! He's gonna go try to...
It is absolute garbage, and it tastes amazing. Where did you go again? You went to the meats?
I went to the water tribe.
You see a couple of the water tribe members, because you know they're divided in north and south. Even you know this. Even a country bumpkin like you is aware of this. The person nearby is generally trying to set up. They pretty much just got here a little bit late. They're from the south, after all. That sounded like that was classist. They're from the south and that they're much farther away from you.
Cancel.
Cancel.
No! Again. Our first stream back. God damn. No. Now it's a Diceaholic stream.
Does it help if I'm from the south? No, it doesn't help it. You see this, one of the younger water tribe members, it's impossible to tell which one he's from. One of the younger water tribe members ends up procuring a bunch of different meats and putting them on racks, as well as some beautiful water tribe carved jewelry, different necklaces and bracelets. You see one of the hanging meats looks vaguely like it was literally carved in the shape of a fish. Another one that was probably tried to do that, but it looks less like a fish and more like a torn up plastic bag. And right behind all of it, you see this man with this scar across his eye, very grisly. Old, quite old, like 70s to 80s. With his weapons behind him on his back, in his full Southern Water Tribe outfit, speaking low to someone and eyeing someone else in the crowd back and forth.
Okay, well, I still want to walk up because it all looks good, so.
The smell makes your mouth water. There is barely anything on these meats, and it smells delicious.
Well, it's... God, I don't know where. I'm like looking around like
You don't know where what? What are you looking for?
All of it looks good. I don't know where to start.
You see the water tribe, the younger water tribe member at your approach gets surprised, and you see him with jerky in his mouth. Hey. You
Hi.
want something? What do you want?
I kind of just want to know what you're selling here. It all and looks and smells amazing.
Want this or that?
Well, well, what is it? Like, what are they?
Lion seal jerky meat. Supposedly a lion seal, but we traveled with it and it didn't smell like a lion seal. I'm pretty sure that one's probably a whale walrus. I'd go with the walrus.
Walrus. I'll try.
Or do you want
both.
something chewy? Oh, okay. He charges you a medium amount
Okay.
of money and gives you a couple strips of each. The whale walrus is juicy, almost like biting into like a like skirt steak.
Oh, okay. Nah.
The other one is very chewy, good but chewy, kind of like
This'll...
it was it was rougher meat. It's still delicious, but it's like rougher meat. Tastes a little bit like a dried fruit roll up.
Okay.
Don't ask how I know what that tastes like.
I was just about to, so damn. All right. Well then, thank you, and I will
Yeah.
head over to go find Ty.
You meet somewhere in the middle. Ty with his face in gooey butter cake.
You have
And
got to try this.
yeah.
All right.
It tastes as previously described. Sweet, cavity-inducing, and delicious.
Yo, this is awesome. What? What is
I
it?
know, right? Gooey cake? I don't know. I also got
I gotta go
these lychee nuts, and the monk didn't know where they came from, so I don't
Perfect.
think I can fit in my mouth.
Oh, do them all, or you're a coward.
Okay. I'll start popping them in.
You know what? Just for fun, because I want to do a dice roll here. Can you roll focus?
Focus.
Yes.
First roll of the game, and it's on shoving nuts in my mouth.
My mouth.
Take that quote out of context.
Hold on. I was just about to say, hold on, that is going in.
Hey, I'll take
my
it.
God.
7 exactly.
7 exactly. You manage 6.
Oh, like a squirrel toad.
A squirrel toad. That's good.
There you go.
I feel like half the conflict in this entire game is going to be figuring out morphed animal names. Thank you,
I assume the
Desiree.
lychee nuts taste good.
No. Well, it depends on the kind of person you are, I guess. They don't taste great. They taste like nuts, you know? Like, they're just nuts.
All right.
It's just kind of
Okay.
sad. They're just nuts. One of them did have an extra crunch that was vaguely reminiscent of like a smoked nut. And then it went away.
Just kind
Hope
of
this doesn't come-
back on the plate and
Yeah.
eat some of the gooey butter cake.
Hope this doesn't come back to bite you later, but
Hopefully not. We'll find out, though.
We'll find out.
Surprise, Ty has a peanut allergy.
Oh no! And
You-
he's dead before the game even starts.
Woo! You... Yuck, basic nuts. That's what they call me. Anyway, sorry. Just remembered some non-flashbacks. You hear some footsteps come your direction.
Boy.
It is
Here
a
comes.
large... It is a large man, a very old man, with traditional Water Tribe regalia on. No weapons, with gray hair and velvety skin. He comes up to you, Ty, after you're finished licking your fingers clean of the gooey cake. And he just asks you, young man, you by chance are not called Timon, are you?
Just kind of look at Yuka.
Yeah, I
Yep.
kind of like straighten up a little bit.
That's me.
He gives you a little bow and tells you, my name is Taike Cook. I was a friend of your mother's many years ago. I knew you when you were a child.
Ty's expression gets a little grimmer.
I'm sorry about your loss. And I just wanted to meet you, is all. This is a name you recognize as well. Taike Cook is the waterbending master for Avatar KO. From the Northern Tribe.
Yeah.
And he turns to you as well and gives you a little bow, Yuka, and just says, like, it's nice to meet you.
You as well, and I bow back.
I trust you both will enjoy the festivities. And maybe you might... He looks back towards the Water Tribe setup and looks to the old man that you saw earlier, Yuka, who is about his age with the big scar across his face,
Yeah.
and informs him to be careful as well. And he gives your shoulder a little squeeze and disappears into the crowd.
That wasn't ominous in the slightest.
Yeah.
Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just lost my appetite. And he'll just throw away the plate with the cake on it.
Fair enough.
There is any number of nobles and people to mingle around with. You still have a little bit of time till the festivities commence.
I just want to go find something interesting. If there's any, even if there's any like Fire Nation, like new machines or anything like that.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like, if I'm doing this correctly, I just want to make sure. Oh, I went to the wrong section. As you were, continue.
Do we know what the presentation is today? Because I know this whole symposium thing lasts a week, but
All you know is that the Fire Nation's putting on some big bombastic display of fire.
oh, that's right.
That's
An
all you know.
An opening ceremony type thing.
Yep. That is all you know.
Cool.
It should be very acrobatic and very flashy. And that's about it.
So as like we're kind of walking, I'm gonna kind of just like nudge Ty with my shoulder and be like, "So, how many dragons do you think they're gonna incorporate to the big show?"
Well, we'll have to see, I guess. Hopefully one fewer in the next month or so.
It seems like if you're trying to find something interesting, you're wanting to assess a situation. Is that accurate?
Sure.
I suppose that would be correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Then if you could roll with creativity.
Indeed, I can. A 10.
A 10.
I'm good at creativity.
Hey.
All right, so you can ask 2.
Oh shoot, I forgot what the questions are. So
What here can I use to blank? Who or what is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out, in, through? Who or what is in greatest danger?
probably just like a more generic. What should I look out for? And I don't know what the blank would be. I guess we'll go with. Oh shoot! What was the first one?
Are you guys separating?
No.
No, I think
Okay.
we're walking and talking right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the first one again? Sorry.
What here can I use to blank?
Okay. Probably just what here can I use to distract me outside of our conversation.
Wonderful.
Um,
You, while walking, you notice a woman in Fire Nation outfit, probably one of the guard, with frazzled hair, looking down at a clipboard while one of the officers is delivering to her bad news, and you hear her whispering, "What are you doing? And she like throws the clipboard at him. Show me. You know this guard. Her name is Kuchti. She is the head of security for the Fire Nation. If she's freaking out over something, as head of security, probably not great.
Shit's about to get fucked.
Yep. And looking to your right, you see a man coming your direction. He's very tall and very, shall we say, thin. Very well put together, perfect hair, perfect outfit.
Ugh.
And he comes up to you as you meet his eyes, and you think,
Is this
"Oh
what's his-
no."
Is this what's his face? No.
He does the annoying thing where he steeples his fingers while walking up to you.
This
no.
fuck.
Well, who decided to get out of the house? Tai, Yuka. It's big of you to come here today. Lord Fu is in an annoyingly good mood today.
I hate this kid.
I imagine probably cutting off the conversation we were just having.
Yep.
Seeing him
Yeah.
approach.
100%.
Ty will give an over-exaggerated bow.
I'll follow suit. Yeah.
And a pleasure to see you today as well.
What brings such young noble blood here to the symposium?
I just point to Ty.
What brings such knowledgeable blood to the symposium today?
Well, it is a meeting of the greatest minds in the four nations, so naturally they asked for my counsel.
Of course.
I was sorry to say of the anniversary that I have missed. I suppose it would have been in a better taste to send you a condolence card. You feel a you feel a hand on your shoulder. Lord Fu, Izumi. You see her squeeze your shoulder a little bit, Taimon sister, and move past you a little. She has this obnoxiously large smile on her face, like she's holding something back. How is your wife, Lord Fu? Wonderful. She's away on a business trip near Crescent Island overseeing excavation. Oh, is that right?
Mayhaps you should send her a card as well.
Well, brother, I suppose that'd be very difficult considering she would be doing it from prison. I'm sorry.
Oh.
An old acquaintance of mine went into law enforcement some time ago and landed a prestigious career as an overseer in the Boiling Rock for a while. Imagine my surprise when I heard of Ms. Fu now checked in. I don't know what you... I do owe Ayame a visit. And I think it will be fun to step in, have a chat, visit Ms. Fu, and see what the future holds for all of us, don't you think?
Well, my condolences, Lord Fu. I had no idea.
Perhaps it is I who should be writing you a card.
Perhaps. Good day, children.
Well, we shall keep the both of you in our thoughts.
And he shuffles along. You see the big smile Izumi was holding onto her face drop like a rock.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yuka, pleasure.
Zumi,
You see her
what are you doing here?
Well, I feel like if I wasn't...
Like, no offense, but...
Is this really the time to be asking me such hateful questions?
I'm just wondering. Like, I know why he got invited. I know why I'm here.
And here I thought you'd just be happy to have my company. I got an invite. Or rather, I stole an invite.
Nice.
Don't look at me in that tone of voice, brother. I can earn an invite. I just didn't choose to.
That was some nice work, though. That was amazing. I don't think I have ever seen that man speechless.
If there is one thing that I deal in these days, it's dirt. Seriously, you want dirt on anyone? Just name it. I got you. Most likely.
Good to know. Nothing right now, but I may take you up on that later.
Meanwhile, things constituting as dirt. Have you seen these? And they're just... She holds up the flyers with Jalun's face on it. The Earth King.
Ugh, I was trying not to.
It's a really fascinating read. Are you aware that the Earth King Jalun cured?
That's cured.
That's it. It's just cured. This thing is riddled with spelling errors.
Wow.
I'm not sure what he did, but I'm sure it was really impressive. But anyway, I'm gonna find a seat and a trash bin. If you'll excuse me. And she's in like this Fire Nation garb. It's not like a dress, but it's very easy to move in. Like with the standard like breastplate and very relatively form-fitting attire.
Kind of catch her arm just as she's heading off. Hey, just a heads up. We saw the head of... I'm lowering my voice. We saw the head of security kind of freaking out earlier. I don't know if it's any concern, but just keep that in mind.
She looks past you to look where she thought she saw Kuchte saying. And she taps her nose and hurries off.
Okay.
You see the Earth Kingdom noble who is still talking to the Fire Nation guard, and the guard looks very, very like antsy, just a little bit. It's probably getting relatively close to showtime.
Okay.
Should.
Get our seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hurry into the Coliseum-like place. You lost track of Izumi, but she's definitely not sitting near you. Sitting down. Oh, I can turn off the, very nice. I can turn off the pleasant music.
Woo.
Woo.
Enough of that.
Who wants to be happy?
You see a presenter, a generic kind of Fire Nation worker, gets up into the very middle of the Coliseum with this makeshift loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the Four Nations Technological Summit. We will begin our week of intrigue and advancement with some wonderful performances by the very best each nation has to offer. So for now, it is my pleasure to present to you the Flame Wheels. And you hear, yeah, it's not a fun name. You see this large group of Fire Nation acrobats. Come on, turn up. Don't turn down now. Thank you. Of Fire Nation acrobats come out in these ridiculous and amazing displays of physical prowess. Fire coming from every appendage you can think of. Fists, legs, and many cartwheels. They all end up, by the very end, they lead in a palanquin, the stars of their show. Who bursts out of the palanquin once he's in the middle of the floor, and you know as Kenji, who stands in the middle, and the palanquin collapses. Your brother, Yuka.
Yep. I was like, my god damn it.
who dances across and on top of all of the firebenders in rapid succession, moving faster and faster, until at the very end, they all collaboratively create this serpent of flame that fills the room and out the ceiling, disappearing in a show of fireworks. You see during this exchange, Ty, that large airbender you saw from entering, across the room, on the very far end, you don't know how you saw it, sticking close to the shadows behind on the wall, sneaking her way back into the performance. The next show, after the Flame Wheels are applauded off the stage, you see the airbenders come in with their beautiful dances and movements. You hear the wind around you and in the hall cause chimes to echo. Using found objects and things in the environment, music is made in the space, and you are somewhat calmed. It is beautiful and refreshing. The Water Tribe orders these large vats of water for them to all use, northern and southern, in which they paint a beautiful picture using water to tell the tale of two lovers separated by duty and their tribe. And finally, the Earth Kingdom. This man with the only real descriptor, this beautiful man, comes out and stands in the center, and all these Earth Kingdom contraptions are moved around the stage in order to give him things that would represent like a floodlight or like a spotlight. And an opera begins that is annoyingly longer than any other presentation in 3 parts detailing the life of the Earth King Jalun.
Oh god.
That is separated in 3 acts. The birth of his difficult times as a privileged youth surrounded by serfs. The ascent, his climb to the throne, and the necessary retooling of Earth Kingdom laws. And the rule, the continued struggle to maintain peace and fight for his people forevermore.
I can't.
Ty probably gives Yuka more than a few eye rolls.
Yeah.
It lasts about 2.5 hours.
Oh my god.
The opera ends, and there's like this pregnant pause before like 1 or 2 people just start clapping, and then the rest of the stadium's like, oh, okay, and just keeps going and joins them, with the Earth Kingdom officials immediately giving it a standing ovation.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
With the shows done, and Christ, half the damn day wasted on an opera, the Fire Nation Brigade comes back out and unleashes a series of beautiful fireworks up into the air, with different shapes like dragons and flames, and a fire one appearing in the shape of the Fire Lord himself. It is, for all intents and purposes, a pretty okay time. You do have vendors coming in and around to serve some nation-appropriate snacks. More of the jerky, fire flakes, cake, which rapidly runs out, until they end up serving only the lychee nuts, which do not taste any better when they're at the bottom of the bag. As the fireworks proceed and everyone is cheering and having a great time, you hear the doors from the bottom of the arena burst open, and you see a woman's foot. And as the smoke clears, you just hear "Thief!" echo through the stadium. Everyone stops and gives her all the attention that was just afforded them. Faith! You notice it to be Kuchti, the head of security.
Oh shit.
Vital Fire Nation summit material has been stolen within the past 24 hours. She goes up to the official, knocks him on his ass, and takes the horn. Treacherous toad swine has vanished from Zoryu along with the materials in question. This is thievery, treachery. This is an act of treason. Reveal yourself this instant. There is silence throughout the hall. Not a breath is heard. No honor, huh? Well, fear not, friends. Neighbors. The summit will continue as planned. You hear footsteps from behind and around you as many, many Fire Nation guards fill the space, checking in at each entrance and exit.
Oh shit.
And we will have additional guests and security measures in the meantime. Checks at every entrance, patrols at the dormitories at 3 a.m. Sweet dreams, everyone! Sweet dreams. And she throws the megaphone on the ground and she storms off back where she came from. The delegates start conversing back with each other. Now that everything's over, and a lot of the question, they kind of just look at each other. Not sure what to do.
Yeah, probably same.
Yeah, same, TBH. Like, shit, the delegates don't know what to do. What the fuck would a couple of 14-year-olds know what to do?
I don't know what to do. A lot of them start leaving the stadium and just kind of filling the halls and treating the police like they're radioactive, just keeping a healthy distance between them.
Yeah, fair.
You hear a man approach you. Takakek from earlier. If I may. He sits down and takes a second. I am afraid to ask this of you, but I need your help, the both of you.
With what?
He looks around. I cannot rely on anyone else to find the culprit, and I fear what might happen with the materials that were stolen. They weren't just building materials. They were caches of meteorite. Dangerous in the wrong hands when forged. But before the summit is over, they must be found, or who knows what might happen.
Why us?
Because out of anyone here, you have the least stake in it. I'm certain you do not really serve a political affiliation. And perhaps you might be looking to help some people.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, some places to start. He kind of points you to a few people. He motions towards the Earth Kingdom delegate from earlier that you saw conversing with the guard. His name is Ikru. He's an Earth Kingdom delegate. And while he hasn't done anything particularly suspicious, he does ask a lot of questions and gets a lot of answers. He looks over to the older Water Tribe member with the large scar across his face. I cannot approach this one. Pohu. He is very familiar with the Water Tribe and is very interested in making it more militant. We don't get along. Additionally, I hear from a few of my air nomad contacts that one of them went missing during the show.
Okay. GM, can I look around and just assess the situation?
Of course you may!
Cool. Creativity, right?
Creativity!
8, 9.
Okay, one question.
So I get one question. I guess, who or what is the biggest threat?
Immediately to you, Immediately to you, I would assume that the biggest threat would probably be Pohu. Only because that is the only one who, that you, to your knowledge, has done anything suspicious.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
If you need help with any of this, it won't be far. And thank you.
Sure.
And I didn't ask, young man, for your name.
And he straightens up. Sorry, my name is Yuka.
Yuka.
Yeah. Yes, sir, my name is Yuka.
You sound like a water tribe, Colonial.
My mother was, actually.
Well, I know we can trust our own. He stands up and disappears into the crowd.
Okay. For my own knowledge,
Okay.
would I be able to get some of those names again?
Pohu, the water tribe dude. What?
The water tribe dude.
The water
What?
tribe dude. And how it kind of rhymed.
You're welcome. Ikru, Ikru, the Earth Kingdom delegate. And the missing air nomad. Cat butt.
Yep. Yep, somebody needs cuddles, so getting cuddles.
Alright. And one more time, the name of the guy that was just talking with us?
I'm just gonna send you the name. His name is
Yeah.
Takakek.
Okay.
We should make an extra chat for this. Later.
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 And the name of the head of security as well, Kuchti.
Okay.
So, where do we start?
Well, it seems like Eriku is fond of talking. Might not be a bad place.
Yeah.
I did notice during the show that really large air nomad that we saw earlier. She slipped back in.
She slipped back in, like
She was out somewhere and came back into the performance ring during the show.
oh, okay.
So it could be related to our missing air nomad.
Maybe. Okay. Then there's the water tribe guy, Pohu. I don't know, maybe it's just the scar over his eye, but he looks like the biggest threat. So I don't know.
I'll defer to you.
That's always a great idea.
You know that Zoryu Hall is used in the days for the summit activities. There is also the The dormitories, which are used for where all of the delegates will sleep, and the storehouse where everything's just kind of kept.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I feel
The
like
taco dormitory.
the missing air nomad, that's the biggest lead right now, because either they're missing because they're part of it, or maybe they saw something and they are now in trouble. So how do so maybe we should go talk to, I don't know, one of the rep from the air temples, figure out who's missing and where they were last seen.
It's probably a good call. Let's do it.
Okay.
You find him pretty easily. He's just making his way out of Zoryu Tower, and he's surrounded by a bunch of other monks too, including the large one. He's this wise old man, leathery skin, who keeps his hands firmly in front of him, across his stomach.
Okay. How do we approach this, Kai? Do we say we're looking for the missing person? What do we do?
Do we know if it's like widely known that they went missing, or is it just like a hush hush, someone left sort of thing?
It was more like, I hear from someone who was close to the air nomads that they were not fully counted. Like that there was less than there should have been. So it might not be general air nomad intelligence.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, it might be best to play it a little on the safe side and assume they
Okay.
don't know or don't want people to know. So we have to look for a roundabout way of asking them, I guess.
Okay.
Uh, um,
So then how do we talk about a missing person without talking about a missing person?
I'm trying to think. I can see one or two ways. First is being completely counterpoint to what I just said, and just straight up asking them directly and seeing what we get from shock factor. The second is maybe we ask them about. We can kind of present that maybe their numbers just look lighter than what we were expecting from the Air Temple representatives, and see what they have to say.
I don't know, man. You are now the politician here. You are the one running your house now. I'm just military. I don't.
Don't remind me. Okay. Let's probably not take the direct route. Okay. Follow my lead.
Okay. Gonna like straighten up like I'm a bodyguard. Like I'm just straight up Ty's bodyguard.
So I'll make my way up.
Okay. The nomad regards you kindly. Hello.
Hi. I'll give a small bow.
He goes one, too.
I hope the first day has found you all well.
He looks to the other nomads and just says, worse than expected, I believe, with the sudden theft.
Better than it could have been. By the way, that butter cake you guys make, it's delicious, I gotta say.
Oh, thank you. That belongs to Guru again over here. The much older Guru steps forward, having spoken to another delegate. May I help you?
I was just curious that gooey cake that you made, is that one specific to one of the air temples, or is it just kind of a widely shared recipe?
Oh, each of the temples has different sweets, different ways of making things.
Do you have delegates here from all the temples? I'd love to try some of the different recipes.
You would have to speak to Sumati about that. He looks over and you see the very large air nomad make her way over, a very pleasant smile, but is constantly looking a little bit over her shoulder.
Hi.
You're all of a sudden kind of talking to a gaggle of nomads,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
a gaggle of bald people. And they all just kind of look at you very interested. And Sumati looks over and she's like, hi. Ronan, what's going on?
Oh,
Wait, what?
then if he's
Okay.
if no one's gonna say, I'm gonna take this opportunity. Is something the matter, miss?
Never, nothing's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's the matter.
You might have to forgive me if I don't believe you.
The other air nomads kind of look to her like she's acting crazy. Yeah. I mean, wait, I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm sorry. I just had a very difficult conversation with one of the other customers about a cake.
About cake?
It was me with a mirror. I was trying to convince myself not to eat another one.
Ah.
The cakes are very good.
Thank you.
Yes.
There's no like insight in this system, is there?
There's no. I know. I'm just like
It's pretty clear she's probably not talking about a fucking cake.
Yeah, I figured, but
Yeah.
okay.
The other monks decide it was good to meet you.
Timon.
They all give a little bow. They thank you for your time, but they must go retire to their quarters.
But anyways, that like I was saying, the cake. I was asking the other nomads about some of the different recipes, and they pointed me to you. So I was, hoping maybe you'd
Oh,
hook me
well,
up with something, or
what did you would you? You're looking for a special cake, are you? You see behind her, you see Izumi come back into frame, and she just to keep stalling.
okay.
In which case, if that's something you want to play along with,
Well, something that I would like to do actually.
100%.
oh yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to use one of my playbook moves.
Ooh.
It's called Roguish Charm, and when I attempt to plead with an NPC that I'll get to in just a second, basically through like flattery or empathizing with them or things like that, I can mark one fatigue, and when I roll for the pleading, I can roll with creativity instead of harmony. So it basically just means that I'm gonna start flattering. this nomad.
I'm pulled on whether or not. So, what are you trying to get out of Sumati?
So, I'm going to attempt to get her to talk a little bit more about what's actually going on, because it's very clear that she's not just talking about cake.
It
So
sounds like
more
you're
than like,
trying to trick her.
no.
Okay. Because usually
I'm not.
pleading
I'm
is when they care about the same thing that you care about and are interested in your success.
I suppose. I was thinking pleading more in the way of like getting her to talk honestly because it's healthier for the mind.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So, plead with her.
Okay.
You see Izumi scurry off in a direction.
Yeah. I assume she starts to go on about cakes or something for the moment.
Well, no, she asked if you wanted, if we were looking for a special cake.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, Vince, you don't think I'm going to let you get away with not having a conversation about fictitious airbender cakes, do you?
By all means, let's do it.
By all means, you're not looking for like a special cake, are you? That's a little outside my purview.
No, I don't. Not like a super special cake. Just the other
Oh
nomads
yeah.
mentioned that like, um, you sure everything's okay?
Yeah. I don't special cake is special. But please continue what you were saying.
The other nomads mentioned that the recipes can vary from the different temples, and
Oh,
that you were
certainly.
the one to go to for that. I only tried one of the cakes since I've been here, so
Honestly, my secret, lion gecko milk.
lion gecko.
Lion gecko milk.
A lot of people
Oh
will
my
use a
God.
lot of the things from the flying cows, except it tends to kind of coagulate faster. It tends to curdle. But if you keep the lion gecko like milk like fresh, like you treat them right, you can taste when you actually treat them better. And it actually has a much easier time remaining room temperature, which, as living so high up and like in the mountains, it's very easy for things to just kind of spoil.
Right. Well,
What else can I say? Different kinds of flour yield different results. I had one cake turn out green, which was super cool. Really, it's not that
wow.
special, I guess.
I mean, honestly, the cakes are delicious regardless. They're the kind of cakes you'd steal for. I mean,
No.
so that was probably a poor choice of words with what's going on right now.
Can you go ahead and roll, by the way?
You're just standing there silently praying that Izumi finishes whatever the fuck it is she's doing. Like, please hurry. I will come and help you. Whatever it is you're doing.
So it's a
hurry.
9.
Okay.
And in that sense, once we get to that point in the conversation, I'm probably like, "Are you sure you're okay? You look like you have something on your mind more than just cake. It's not healthy to keep those things pent up."
You're right. I guess, in a way, I am having a problem with cake, but it's just like how life is a cake, like you have a bunch of things like cooking up together and then you throw it in the oven and you put it on a temperature, but you don't always know when that temperature is the right kind of temperature. So when everything starts to bubble, it starts to explode in the oven, and then by the time the oven's finished, you need to go out and clean the oven, and the cake that you wanted isn't really the cake that you wanted at all. Instead, it's just paste.
Just kind of pat her on the arm.
She pats your hand back. I met someone and he's having a very difficult time and I'm trying to help him. That's all.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Is there, any way we can help, or do you need advice or something, or?
I think once this whole thievery thing gets resolved, I think that'll help them quite a bit. You see Izumi come back in, and she just kind of gives you a thumbs up.
Bless.
Well, I really hope whatever's going on is resolved quickly. And I wish for both of yours health.
Sorry, did you give your
again,
name in this conversation?
I said it just generally to the monks.
Oh, okay, cool. And she says, thank you, Taimon, right?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. I'm Sumati. Thank you for listening to me. You're very kind.
Perhaps another time over cake.
Cake. And she just struts off.
Ty just kind of looks to you, kind of just...
Oh god. Okay, hold on. Time out, y'all. So y'all know how Brennan Lee Mulligan is like the king of just improvised angry monologues? He can just go off on this whole ass 5-minute angry rant. Julian is the king of improvised anxiety rants. He can just keep going and keep going and keep going. Teetering on the edge of a nervous breakdown for like 30 minutes. And I just...
If you go back and you watch the vampire episode where it's just Alyssa, you can in real time see me have a mental breakdown. For an hour.
I did. I watched it live. It was great.
Anyway, that's a clip. That needs to be clipped. I'm telling Anna about this.
Oh, please. Please, somebody clip that. Anyway.
Okay. So Sumati struts off, and the
nice work, I guess.
Zoryu Hall starts to empty. It's starting to, your words carry more room. And so while you're here anyway, you're probably going to be staring at the dormitories anyway.
Okay.
So Izumi just kind of directs you in that way.
I learned way more about cake than I thought I was ever going to.
I didn't know so much went into making it. Yeah, just, you throw it in the pot and you didn't know it was that complicated. Jeez.
Lion's gecko milk.
Oh, she
I
told you
didn't even know
about
that
gecko
was
milk?
a thing.
Apparently.
Oh, lion gecko milk. Yeah, it's awesome. I use it for my smoothies on occasion.
I didn't even know lizard geckos made milk.
I didn't know they existed before just now. Anyway. While you guys were busy talking about cake.
You're welcome.
Well, maybe don't thank me, because there was nothing in her room. It was very barren.
Don't tell me that.
So if anything did happen, she probably doesn't... She looks out and like sees the vague outline of Sumati walking away from Zoryu Hall. It's because either that is the most cunning mastermind thief of our generation, or someone else did it. Or she just doesn't keep anything on her, which is entirely fair, but as human beings, I like to think we have a very close connection to stuff. So, especially stuff we're willing to steal.
Cool.
You guys learn anything?
So that conversation ultimately got us nothing.
Well,
I wouldn't say nothing.
I know more about cakes now.
You know more about cakes, and I know a little bit more about some of the guards here.
Oh, perfect. Did you talk to the one that Earth delegate was chatting up?
Oh, no, I did the opposite. I followed him to his room. Would you believe that his room, he has a direct connection to a delegate? To Kuchti.
Interesting.
I found a makeup kit in his room.
Okay.
And that's about it. I didn't have time to investigate the Earth Kingdom's delegate's room, unfortunately.
We still haven't talked with Pahu.
You're welcome, Izumi. No, sorry, thank you, Izumi. Oh, I told on myself there. Never mind, you don't owe me anything.
I don't even know how we began talking with the old guy. Just you didn't really say anything when because I went to their little setup. You didn't say a word.
Might have to catch him when he's by himself, so others can't deflect for him.
I'd be careful with that one.
You're not
Looks
the
a
first
little
to tell us
dangerous,
that.
doesn't he?
I just know if the Avatar's master was scared of talking to him, I wouldn't be super keen on it either.
There. So maybe we leave talking to him last unless we're like absolutely sure he did it.
Or you could just do what I did and check out his room.
Yeah,
We could.
we could.
Not exactly as sneaky as you are, but
I'm sure you're
not a
fine.
guy.
learning.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure you're learning, Yuka.
Hey, come on. No need to be rude. I've been getting good at it, all right?
I'm not being rude, I'm just being right. Anyway. Well, I'll be around. Being sneaky, I guess. Oh, hey, maybe you should go talk to Samati again. I hear she does lessons.
Another time, another day, maybe.
Flameo. And she walks out.
Fuck still says.
All right.
Simon, as your best friend, it is my duty to inform you. Your sister's a fucking psycho.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took you this long to figure it out.
I'm sure you know that because you live with her, but if in case for some reason you didn't, I felt I needed to inform you.
Yeah, she's good though. I mean, she'll do anything for you. She's got a good heart.
Okay. So what's the plan now? Do we lower my voice, bust into the old guy's room, or go talk to somebody else?
Can I assess the situation, I guess? See if that guy's still around?
Well, you are not... Oh, you're going to see if he's nearby in Zoryu?
Yeah.
Sure.
Nope. Snake eyes.
Oof.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
You do not see him.
Okay.
It's getting dark. It's like the moon is rising.
Well, it's more than likely that everyone's probably making their way back to the dormitories, so it's probably a little late for that today.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to be ready for the 3 a.m. check-ins.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What do you want to do?
I'm assuming we're just gonna call it there for the first day.
I guess
Okay.
so, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what else we can do.
You return to the dormitories. You do notice that there are activities here later at night. Like, it's not super late, so people are still doing some things. You do see Ikru, the Earth Kingdom delegate. Sorry, let me start at the beginning. So the dormitories, it's a square 3-level building with lush garden in the center. One of the larger government buildings in this part of Hariboken. Although some of the Fire Nation delegates live in the city, they all live and work out of Taco Dormitory, so here, during the summit. This is a embassy, office, personal quarters, and although all negotiations are technically supposed to take place in Zoryu Hall, everyone present understands that some of the most important conversations will take place here, over paisho or tea. On the ground floor, you have the Water Tribe and Earth Kingdom delegates housed. Yeah, that's all. Your dormitories are going to be on the second floor, with the temporary home for the Fire and Air Nation delegates.
Okay.
You see, now that the moon is rising and the sun is kind of setting, passing on your way up to your rooms, you see Ikru wrapping up a game of Pai Sho. He thanks the loser of the other game, who looks very annoyed at him. And he's just like, how about we try this again come morning? I'll have like a fresh set. Maybe you'll have some less cursed tiles. Goodbye, Ikru. Before he leaves. You continue up to your dormitories, I suppose?
Unless we want to try and talk to this guy. How would we want to do that? Ikru, he was just the guy that was chatting up the guard for like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I doubt either of us know Pai Sho, so.
Yeah.
The only
I
one of
doubt
you
it.
to potentially know Pai Sho. Actually, I bet both of you would be at least somewhat aware of the rules.
Yeah.
It is mostly a Fire Nation game, and being nobles, you would at least know how it's played.
Okay.
He'd probably cream you.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be done deal in like less than 2 minutes, but
Well, he might entertain the idea of teaching some up and coming Pai Sho players a thing or two.
maybe.
You want to take it, or I took the cake conversation, so.
Fine. Fine. Yes, go.
No, nothing. Go, proceed.
Oh, you just looked like you were going to say something.
Nope.
So you guys just going to kind of walk by and kind of just like fuck, how does you go want to do this? Oh, I think like just kind of, he's gonna walk by and he's gonna look at the board and stop for a second and just he's like, huh, I've always wanted to learn how to play.
You are about to attempt to trick Ikru.
Sure.
Please roll with creativity.
Creativity. All right.
Can I help him with that?
How do you want to help?
+1. I'll walk up with him too, and I'll just say, you've always struck me as the Pai Sho type. I'm surprised no one ever taught you.
I'll give that to you.
Sweet. Fuck. Okay.
So you get a +1 for helping.
Oh, +1. 6, 7. That's an 8.
Nice.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I'll give that one to you. Ikru looks up. He has these round spectacles and this really showy, kind of really rectangular tall hat. And is adorned in green silk robes.
Of course.
Oh, you play?
Not really. My father tried to teach me for a while ago. I think I was just too young.
Oh, well, let's see how you learned then, shall we? I'm looking for some entertainment for the next, well, few minutes at least.
Okay. It's sure.
What are your?
You're definitely
what
gonna
is-
win though.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm only the running Pie Show Earth Kingdom champion for the past 4 years running, but who's counting? If I could get your name, young man.
Oh, right, of course, and I'll just kind of bow and then sit down. My name is Yuka.
And your friend?
Ty.
Pleasure to make your acquaintances, Yuka and Ty.
To meet you as well, sir.
Oh, apologies. Where are my manners? My name is Ikru. I'm with the Earth Kingdom delegation.
Ikru. Pleasure.
Unfortunately, as far as my bullshit goes, I don't actually know how to play by show. So,
Yeah.
he's deceived for a little while. What do you want to do with this time on?
I mean, I was just hoping to use it as a way to start talking to him.
Oh, okay,
Make
yeah.
it seem
By all
natural.
means.
Yeah.
By all means. While he's preoccupied with the game, you want to be able to question him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first things first, you know the rules. He gets all of the tiles and he deals them out and how he's supposed to. Personally, I favor the Green Lotus Gambit. Start over here. Just keep playing. Let's see what you come up with.
I'll do my best. Like I said, it was years ago. Alright, so we'll start this one over here.
You hear the
Yeah.
clacking and back and forth of Pie Show tiles.
Yeah. It's kind of after watching for a little bit. You know, I gotta say, those pamphlets y'all were hanging out, and the performance today was pretty good.
Of course. It's always a pleasure to speak the wonderful truths of our nation, share with the world. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Just let him play a little longer. Kind of just have conversation in between, like here and there. Half expecting that Yuka might jump in every now and then.
Back and forth. Oh no, you
Please
shouldn't.
help. No, I'm
Try
kidding.
putting it over there
Yeah.
instead. So we'll set you up better, and then you're in
Okay.
position. Then you're in position to actually take out a strategy.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I get it now.
Okay, okay. So then I'm going to go here.
Ikru, why does that name sound familiar?
There was a traveling opera company with one of the main characters had my name for a little while
Is that so?
before they were sued for libel.
That's you were the one. Sorry, it's none of my business.
No, what is it? I'm curious.
I ran into an old family friend, one of the guards here, and they were telling me about this like super long and interesting conversation they were having with a delegate, and I believe the name dropped was Ikru.
Why, who was that then?
Nobody of consequence. It doesn't matter.
He ends the game with his next Pie Show placement. It was a fun game while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yuka, Ty, I believe it is past my bedtime. If you'll excuse me. He hurries off to his dormitory.
Well, that wasn't shady at all.
No, that was a very normal reaction.
Maybe it'd be worth finding that guard and seeing what they talked about.
I think so.
GM, may we attempt to find the guard?
Yes.
Certainly. Well, you are already aware where his room is.
True.
But keeping an eye out for a single Fire Nation guard, you don't see a Fire Nation guard go into a dormitory.
Hmm.
See a bunch of other people like come and go from like that area of the dormitories, but you don't see a Fire Nation guard.
Can we keep an eye on the guard's room? See if anyone goes in or out?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
plenty of guards that go in and out. Although that would be closer to your level.
I mean that specific guard, not like the guards.
Well, all of the guards are kind of carbon copies of each other. They're in like the full regalia with the helmets, so you can't see their faces
Yeah.
either.
Okay. Shoot.
Yeah, there's no way we're getting in to that room.
Not without a disguise.
Well, any other ideas for tonight?
Ugh. None that wouldn't result in us getting caught.
Yeah, I'd prefer to avoid that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe and don't need, the Fire Lord coming down on my ass on top of my dad.
If it comes down to it, I guess I could be afforded a little bit more trouble.
Not worth it.
All right. Let's call it a night. Regroup in the morning.
Sounds
Say again?
good.
You make your way to your rooms and go to sleep. They're very comfortable.
Actually, speaking of not worth it, is my brother around? What the fuck was he doing here?
You don't see him.
That's either really good or really bad for me, but fine.
Do you want your brother around to begin with?
No! I just want to keep eyes on him so I know where not to go.
Yeah, you don't know where he is.
Great. I'm sure I'll see him tomorrow.
You go to sleep. It's very comfortable. The beds are made out of the finest Fire Nation material there is. Comfortable sheets. And somehow you're still unable to sleep super well, considering.
Yeah.
You wake up just in time with all the other delegates in order to prepare for the day ahead of them. There is actually a bunch of meetings that are supposed to be happening, so there will be things happening at the summit. Back in Zoryu.
Well, wake up, do my little morning ritual, and then we can be on our way.
Do you moisturize?
No. I just kind of sit and kneel or I just kind of like sit and meditate and what was it I had to do? Reflect on all the wrongs I did the previous day and decide how I'm going to do better for the day ahead.
Boo.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
No, just kidding.
All right. So, since there's a bunch of meetings today, it might be our best chance to try to sneak into Pahu's room.
Agreed.
Do you think we should try to tag team it? You stand guard outside. I'll try to get in.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wait to see then, GM, if there is a point at which Pahu is going to be partaking in one of these meetings where his room will be unoccupied.
There'll be a bunch of different meetings across all of Zoryu, so you'd have some looking to do. The first one that you find is the Airbender's airbenders with a few other delegates who are very interested and wound up about the state of the world and the rising tension between the nations and how peace is the only direction. The Air and Fire Learning Centers should be better funded and more allowed for the general populace. A outreach sort of situation with not just the air nomads, but all of the nations. There is another one where the Northern Water Tribe and some Earth Kingdom delegates are discussing the problem north of the Earth Kingdom over this island that they're both kind of fighting over in the Northern Passage. And you do not see Pohu there. Mostly Northern Water Tribe members. Okay. It isn't until you get to the third meeting where it's discussing different technological advancements between the two sister tribes. And you see Takukek and Pohu leading either side with all of their respective delegates not saying anything and both of them getting really heated about it.
Go, go, go.
Oh, no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Execute.
Finish him. What do you do?
We're gonna go break into Pohu's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking and entering.
Breaking and
Committing
entering.
crime.
All right.
Going back to Pohu's room, which one of you is doing what?
Well, I'm doing the breaking and entering.
I'm keeping lookout.
All right. You don't have to roll or anything. This is very well in your training that you have. You managed to get just a few pieces of scrap metal that you were able to find, like some bobby pins. And you managed to, after a little bit, start working on the lock. Yuka, you stand watch outside, just chilling.
Yeah, I just kind of like not right by the door, like across the if it's like a hallway or something, like across the hall. Like I don't want to be near the door, but I want to be close enough that if I were to start shouting, he would hear me.
No suspicion.
Yeah.
Got it. You hear the tumblers in the lock clink open, and the door starts to glide open. You close the door behind you. And while Yuka is keeping a lookout... Sorry? You see various pieces of innovative winter survival gear in Pohu's room. Ship components. It also contains, upon further inspection, a document speculating about how to use meteorite metal to improve ships. Yeah, that's all.
And there's nothing else like hidden under the bed or in the floorboard or anything like that.
You get to looking. Hey. What are you doing here? Kenji comes out from one of the side rooms and just notices you and stands a good couple inches shorter than you. And just stands and looks up at you. Are you even wanted here?
I was invited. Thank you very much.
Were you, though? Or are you someone else's plus one?
I was invited. Saw your show, little brother.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Father says it was very impressive.
I'm sure he did.
Listen. I know we've had some difficult times over the years. And I just want you to know.
Right. Sure. I'm sorry. Who's still taking over Dad's role? I'm sorry. Which one of us was that?
Probably the one that he continues to want, and not the fuck up that he has over
Oh,
here.
see, I'm confused because I thought it was the one who was getting the actual training for it. Not.
I am getting training for this.
You're. Yes, right. Of course you are.
Anyway. Well, I was invited to an actual meeting that heads of house get to go to.
Wow.
So, I'll catch you on
you
the
better
flip
get
side,
going.
I guess. Yeah. By the way, your little secret meeting with the Water Tribe guy yesterday, not so secret. Everyone saw you.
Secret meeting? What are you talking about? Dude just came up and talked to us.
Well, that's
Unless
not
you
what
were
they're saying.
eavesdropping.
He walks away.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dad's told you about that.
You do not find anything else of significance in Pohu's room.
Okay. Is there blank paper around and quill and ink?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so I want to just very loosely just do some chicken scratch to mimic the length of this document.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to spill water on it so the ink spreads over the
Oh.
page. And then I want to take the real one and leave that one there.
You want to leave the messed up page on his desk for him to find and take the real one.
Wherever the real one was, I want to leave the messed up one there. Just so it looks like there was just an accident that destroyed the ink rather than someone stole it completely.
I understand. Roll with creativity.
Okay.
A creative session, this.
Yeah. Max
Hell
roll.
yeah.
12.
Ooh.
Right on.
Actually, that wasn't max roll. Whoops. But
I
still a
believed
12.
you anyway.
My max roll's 14 for creativity, but that was a 12.
Hell yeah.
You exit the room, close the door behind you.
Okay. Got something. We'll talk about it later.
Cool. Yeah, let's head out then.
Where do you go?
Probably, I'd assume, just to keep appearances up back to at least a couple of the meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make an appearance. Which the ones I described are you interested in?
Honestly, I kind of want to go back to the one that Pahu and Takakaka are at.
Yeah.
You, on your way back to Zoryu, you directly pass Pohu, who
Oh, shit.
is in an infuriated state. Walking, he has like these like squared shoulders and a silhouette, and he just marches back to his dormitory room.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind. We will not be attending that meeting as What? Then I want to check out the Airbender meeting.
They continue their discussion about the Fire and Air Centers of Learning. Sumati makes an excuse to leave. And it is a lot of the kind of normal jargon that you thought that you might hear, that they need to be better funded, that the Fire Nation doesn't want their culture being wiped out by introducing the air nomads, and how they don't want to just open it up to the general public. It needs to be controlled.
No, nothing.
But Sumati does leave. By the time the meeting ends, it is once again a little bit later in the day. Sun's kind of starting to set. You see the vibes of all of the delegates is not great. The kind of ever looming threat of a thief kind of puts everyone on edge, and so they start getting a little bit snippy with each other.
I'm supposed to run into Irku or the again or the guard that we were looking for last night.
You do see the guard. You do find the guard. He's just like on patrol. He's just standing place. Ikru is back playing Pai Sho again.
Of course he is.
But none of this is quite as interesting. It's the scream that comes from the dormitories.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
You see Pohu come out of his dormitory, and he points to the other old man. You did this. What are you talking about? They have a back and forth about a certain missing document. A certain document that was destroyed.
Oh no.
They start bickering and tensions build, and you see that some of the water in the nearby containers starts to kind of slosh around on its own, in line with Takukek's movements. You see a tense hand reach for his bladed weapon from Pohu as the conversation starts to build.
Oh no.
The effect is immediate. There is a splash of water that ejects out from one of the nearby two tubs. Pohu dodges out of the way, and you see the both of them sizing each other up, trying to get a piece of each other. The guards come to try and stop them. The water tribe delegates go on either side, and they try and support whoever they can from their various tribes. Things are getting a little bit dangerous. The dragon statue just behind them spurts fire just a little bit every hour on the hour, in time with one of their clashes. Pohu keeps Takukek on his toes, and Takukek in turn returns a lot of blasts of water, icicles. It is, between two old men especially, is a very impressive display of bending and combat. What do you do?
I just kind of whisper, this may have been my fault.
Well, I feel like this will end up being good.
Takukek eventually takes both of his hands and drops several dozens of gallons of water onto Pohu, freezing him in place. The fighting stops as soon as it began. And you see a very angry Pohu try and struggle against the ice. You see someone in the distance, Sumati, run away from the dormitories, away from the statue and everything around it. And in the dragon statue, a little piece of the dragon head just taken off, like it was eaten.
What?
Just a tiny little nibble, like a cookie.
What? Should we... Where do you think Samati's going?
No idea. Feel like we should follow her for a bit?
Yeah, let's let this cool down.
Yeah, let's
We
let
can talk
this
to
play out.
Takukek better later.
You follow Sumati down a hill. Beautiful Fire Nation countryside is, in fact, beautiful as the moon starts to rise. Wait, come back, please. I just want to talk. Are you okay? Staying out of her general awareness radius, she's chasing after something, and catching up with her after a few minutes of running around, you see this old man, an inch tall, with a very faint glow around him, just with his old withered staff as he tries to get away from Sumati.
Just kind of stop, Yuka.
What?
Your spirit stuff, I think.
Oh, yeah. Best
I don't know
not
if
to.
I really want to mess with this.
No, best not to get.
You do hear her say, it's just a few more days, I promise. Okay, if you can just hang in for a few more days, we can get you to somewhere better with all the things. And yeah, I'm not meant for this sort of thing. Are you okay? And she starts like whispering to him. He is made up of these little golden and black flakes of rust. He mentions the meteorite is still here. Yes, for now, but I promise just a few more days and we can get it out. Okay. But I still am really hungry. I know, and we'll get you something, I promise. It's gonna be okay. And she starts consoling the spirit.
I think we'll take our leave at that point.
Yeah. As we turn around, I'm just gonna pat him on the back. Well, your girlfriend's off the hook.
To be clear, it was implied that she is not in fact off the hook. It was implied that she knows where the meteorite is and that it will be moved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she wasn't the one. Okay, never mind.
It was the intent was for it to be implied that she knows where it is and knows when it will be moved.
Ah. See, I thought it was she was planning on taking it, but she did not take it.
No, I am sorry. That was not the case.
My bad.
Let's go back up into camp, the same path she came down from. And just when she comes back up, we'll just bin there. And we can talk to her a bit.
Sounds good.
The aftermath of the fight between a waterbender and a normal soldier was not a very pretty one. People are soaked. There's ice everywhere.
The water damage.
And Takukek, you see him pleading with the guards to let Pohu just remain. There is no need to charge him. He didn't put anyone else in danger. It was just between them. To which the guards eventually agree, and Pohu picks up his blade out of the dirt, spits at Takukek's feet, and returns to his dorm. The people go back to their dorms a lot quicker tonight than they did before. Not super interested in remaining post-battle.
Understandable.
And Sumati does eventually come back, checking over her shoulder when there are less people. She continues to look troubled and generally anxious.
Just give her a wave once we catch her attention.
She just gives a little and continues walking.
I'll get up and go to follow her, catching up with her.
Oh, hi. But can I help you?
Yeah. So We may have, over the last day or two, we won't specify, overheard a conversation that you were having.
The special cake.
No, well, I don't.
It was important and it's all natural. No one got hurt.
No, between your troubled friend and you. We don't want anyone to get in trouble. That doesn't have to. We just want you to tell us what you know.
What did you hear? Hi. What did you hear?
Enough.
We heard that you know where, I'll really keep my voice low, the meteorite is.
Come with me. She takes you down a few smaller pathways. Put on. Haven't heard this in a while. Since we started coming over here, there has been a spiritual presence here in the Fire Nation. I wasn't the only one that sensed it, but I was the only one that felt super strongly about it, and so I investigated. They were being stored near one of Captain Kuchki's workshops down the storeroom. I followed the spiritual presence there. Again, the head of the diplomatics and all of that didn't know that the spirit was feeding on the meteorite. The spirit is named Rust. Which he tied himself to the metal. And I was worried that if the metal was destroyed or forged, it might do something bad to Rust. I'm trying to get it out of the Fire Nation, and I have a contact in a nearby island that'll help us put it somewhere where Rust can be okay. It was stealing, but it wasn't to hurt anybody. I was trying to help somebody.
That's very noble, but I mean, you understand the consequences of these actions.
Only if people know.
Regardless of whether they know who it is or not, relations are going to be damaged. Things are already starting to get tense.
I am not worried about the politics. I'm worried about the spirits. We share this world with them. Don't they deserve to be at peace too?
I don't know if everyone would agree with that.
You have to help me get the meteorite off the island. Please.
I don't know about this, Ty. It's one thing to help a spirit, but at the potential cost of a war? Things are not great.
I know.
Keeping the spirit safe is keeping the other delegates safe. If something happens with Rust, there will be no way to stop him.
What's your plan once you would get this meteorite elsewhere? What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. Dig it in the ground, put it somewhere away, somewhere else.
Not much of a plan.
let's say for a second that we were going to help you. How would you have us help you?
I lied. I don't have a contact. I just need help getting it off the island. Somewhere safe. Maybe on another transport. We could smuggle the meteorite into another crate.
It's gonna be pretty hard with security amped up.
Is there someone else who'd help us?
I don't know. I don't know. Yuka, I think we need to talk through some things.
I think we do too.
You have our word. We won't say anything to anyone. For now. We need to talk this through and figure it out together.
Understand. She turns away and returns the way she came.
Ugh.
I don't know about this, Ty. I hate to pose this, but if we are even considering this, I think Izumi might help. I don't know how.
I don't want to get her wrapped up in this. We're talking about
I don't either, but she's the only one that comes to mind who I think could even maybe have a chance.
we're talking about treason here.
I know.
The less people we have involved, the better. If we
Fair.
do this, which
If we
is crazy. But I get where she's coming from.
look, I'm not exactly, on board with this whole Fire Nation is the greatest nation ever thing either, but there's not being on board, and then there's treason.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are here? We turn her in. She's executed immediately. And fuck knows what happens to the spirit. We help her potentially get caught and executed. Or we're successful, and what happens? They never find the meteorite, and what?
They never find the meteorite. That's
a hell of a gamble, though.
smuggling out would be very hard too. I'm sure with this amped up security, they'll be checking ships through and through as they go
Oh,
out.
absolutely. Okay, so what if we just back out? We say we won't tell anyone, but we're not going to help her either.
I'd feel even worse doing nothing. let's start smaller. What are we going to tell Takukek? Are we not going to tell him? Because I'm going to be honest,
What'd you find, by the way?
it's a document detailing possible themings about utilizing meteorite in ships. I thought that perhaps it was going to be hard evidence against Pahu, perhaps incriminating enough that be able to present that he was the one that did it, but clearly not.
No.
And I think I just worsened their relations by doing that. If we back out, I feel like I would have just done worse for wear than anything semi-good.
Okay.
What is Takukek's interest in this anyways? Why does he care about Fire Nation materials? It can't just be for the good of the people.
Good question. Also, how did he find out what was stolen? That wasn't exactly announced. Somebody had to tell him.
Maybe we go speak with Takukek.
Okay. And make a decision from there?
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
I mean, everyone's kind of cleared out by now, I assume.
Yeah.
And do we see Takukek around, or is it safe to assume
You see
he's in
him.
his dormitory?
You see him leave his dormitory, and he looks rather suspicious leaving. I think he doesn't want someone to follow him.
Then we shall follow him.
I was never good at following instructions.
Just people. He disappears quickly. You lose sight of him, actually.
The fuck?
Old
Plot
man's got
twist,
moves.
He's made of water.
He's so good because he's made of water.
Made of water.
Oh my god.
Wait, we're made of water.
No, we're made of meat.
And water.
And water.
75% water. We're a broth.
No, but like how cats are made of liquid, like that.
Okay, anyway. Oh, so he has no bones. Anyway, continue.
No bones, Dave.
No bones.
Noodle.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
Okay, so we follow him.
And then immediately lose him.
Yeah.
We are not good at this.
Hey, to be fair, we're only like 14, 15.
We're 15, man. Give us a break.
We're making freaking nation decisive choices here as 15-year-olds.
At 15. Yeah, we're just
I was failing
deciding we're gonna
geometry.
commit treason.
You know, as you do when you reach 15.
15.
Obviously, I chose treason at 15.
You destroyed a business. What is a man?
Boom!
Okay. I mean, would we be able to assess the situation to see if we can't figure out where he went?
You can.
What can I use to track him?
Yeah.
No, he's very good at his job, whatever that is.
God damn it!
So there's nothing we can do to try and follow him.
Mm-mm. He has vanished so fucking quickly. You don't know where to start.
Cool. That's completely and 100% fine.
I think so.
Definitely. Okay.
Well, call it a night, I guess.
Well, shit.
There is his room available if you wish to look at that, though.
Breaking and entering to Electric Boogaloo.
This episode is entitled Fire and Brimstone, and yet 3 rooms have been invaded.
There's
No
been
one's
very
safe.
little fire.
Very little fire. What a
I was
Brimstone.
breaking into his room.
Okay.
Ooh. What's the makeup here? What's going on?
Probably same as last time.
Yeah.
You,
I will post up by his door because now I think I have like an alibi to be there. So
you begin searching Takakek's room. You find climbing equipment, lockpicks, and further investigation does lead to you start to rifle through one of the chests. A Water Tribe chest, and you open it, and there's like some clothes in there, but you do notice that the bottom is hollow. It is at this point, Yuka, you hear footsteps. You see the old man, Takakek, start to go for his room.
okay. So I'm
Hello
gonna
there,
like
friend.
if I hear him, yeah, I'm gonna kind of meet him and be like, "Good, we were hoping to talk. Can we join me on a walk?"
Trick.
Which is what? It's creativity.
Creativity.
Again?
Yep,
Yeah,
a
that's right.
creative stream.
Very creative stream. Math. 7? I got exactly a 7.
That's a hit.
Hold. Yeah, but hits aren't necessarily the best thing.
Oh no.
Okay. Of course.
Ty's gonna join us in a second. I don't know, he was weird. He said he found something. I don't know. But we should
You don't have a lead, do you?
I don't know, he wouldn't tell me.
Then how can I help you?
He just told me to find you and to take a walk.
You start to slide the panel out from the bottom of the chest, and you find, very well hidden, a notebook. Well, 1 second. I need something from my room. Just 1 moment. And he pushes
It's
past
not
you
gonna
and goes
take
back to
very-
the dormitory. Well, then I'm sure you can just wait a few minutes. Is it really that important?
I think you
dorms
might
have
find it
rooms?
is.
Do like the rooms of the dorms have windows? By the way, just for my
do.
knowledge. Okay.
You start to flip through the book, and there's a bunch of drawings and writing on the goings-on of various important Fire Nation intelligence. You hear someone at the doorknob.
Out the window.
Just kind of hear you getting like, wait.
Yeah.
Out. I don't have time to close anything. I don't have time to. So he knows someone's gonna be in here, so I'm just gonna take the notebook with me, and I'm out the window.
He opens the door, and then he looks back in your direction, Yuka.
What?
He closes the door, and just goes back to you. Is there something you want to talk about?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying. That's why we're going on the walk.
Where are you, Ty?
I'm gonna go down the hill, see if I can't find a tree or a rock or something to
Easy.
stash not just the notebook, but also the meteorite ship documents under, just so I can come back later for. And then I'm gonna go find Yuka.
You do meet Rust, the foot-tall old man. Oh, hungry. Do you interact with them at all, or you just kind of book it?
Just hi.
Hello. He smiles wide, and he's missing like so many teeth in his front. So he gives you this wide, toothy grin.
Cool. Bye.
You hurry back and you find Yuka and Tukakak speaking.
Whew.
There you are.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that.
You good?
Fun.
Yeah, I thought I saw something down the hill earlier. It was I thought it was someone leaving camp, and it seemed weird for them to be doing that with all the lockdowns going on. So I wanted to chase them down and find them, but
Guards will catch him.
nothing. Yeah.
Then what did you want to talk about, you two?
I just wanted to see what was up with all that going on in the courtyard earlier between
Yeah,
You too.
that was kind of intense.
you and Pohu really went at it there.
A lot of old grudges coming back from the sister tribe. That's all. He's always seen me as a bit of a rival.
Enough to draw a blade, huh?
Enough. He's rather misguided, yes.
That's an intense grudge.
What was he saying was your fault?
It's a little bit complicated. I'm not sure if you want to hear about Water Tribe politics.
That's all we've been hearing about this week. Well, other nations
Not
too. But
specifically
politics in
Water
general.
Tribe, but politics.
Pohu had a very unfortunate upbringing. He had to fight for his position of power. I had an easier time finding it. He thinks I don't deserve it.
Gotcha. Well, sorry, old wounds came up like that in a place like this.
Hey, you two. Izumi comes out of nowhere.
Hey.
Hey,
Takukak. Izumi. Pleasure to see you again. I'm sorry, all of you, but I have a bit of a situation I have to deal with, so if you'll excuse me. And so he pardons himself and goes back into his dormitory.
okay.
Okay.
I'll meet you back at our dorms. I'm gonna go get the notebook and the document.
Okay.
Hi, Izumi. Goodbye, Izumi. Nice to see you, Izumi. What was that about?
It's complicated.
I am very stupid.
It's not. It would be hard for me to explain. But let's just say it will probably be a very funny story at some point when we are all very old and can no longer remember things.
You know, are you aware that when you hide something, you do a weird eye twitch thing?
No, cannot say that I am.
Okay. Well, then I have my other very equally funny things to get to. So, goodbye. She also gives a huge, ridiculous bow
Nice.
and runs
I
off.
just kind of motion like, after you.
No, after you. And spins on her heel and goes the other direction.
I guess I'll head on up to the dorms then.
You do so. You're able to meet Ty back at a similar time.
Whew, okay. Yeah, I didn't get time to read all of it.
Yeah, sorry, I
important.
tried, but he like pushed right past me. I didn't.
It was hidden in a hollowed out chest. He didn't want people seeing this.
This is his thing he has to address. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, probably shouldn't hold on to it in the same place for too long. I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised if he comes knocking at our door. You know. Ah, shit.
Chicken.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cause a heart attack. I was being funny.
Just a little.
Just a tiny bit like, oh fuck.
That oh shit was
Children.
genuine.
Children,
that
do
oh
you
shit was
have my diary?
No.
What I did get to read is he's been taking notes on Fire Nation intelligence and higher ups.
It goes back decades.
It goes back decades, and I'll open it up and flip through and see if there's anything I missed, since it was very quick when I was reading it originally.
The things that are important to you, he did ding the exact time and date where the meteorite material was found, who took it, and where it was being stored and transported.
So he knows who took it already?
He knows where the material was brought when it was first acquired.
Oh, gotcha.
Pre-stealing.
He wanted to take it.
Why would he take it?
That's just a thought that popped into my head. Why would he track where it came from and where it went? Why does he want us to find it for him? He's not Fire Nation.
Somebody to take the fall?
This is getting way more complicated.
What did you
We're in over
find
our heads
in the old man's room in Pahu's room?
Like I said, it was just a document detailing the usage of
Oh, that's right.
meteorites on ships.
So we have two of them who wanted to take it but didn't.
Well, I don't know if it's fair to say that Pohu wanted to take it. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing his name.
Right.
He just has these specifications. Were the specifications for water tribe ships, or were they for
Water tribe ships.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't
That's true.
it doesn't convict him, but it is suspicious.
You could like holds it up and I'm like, but this.
It's very
It should be noted that in the notebook you found, it's far more than just the meteorite. There's appearances of the Fire Lord. There's documentation about the start of a colony in the Earth Kingdom. There's a lot more than just the meteorite, just so you were aware. Oh, and also information on the meteorite regarding that it would be very worried that the Fire Nation would be building weapons of war using the meteorite. Machines of war. Including in like a little like paperclip, copied notes. Looks like with Kuchti's ideas of tanks using the ore.
I think we take this. We turn this in along with Takukek. Maybe
Okay.
it's crazy, but maybe we do try to help Sumati. Win for win. We turn in an actual traitor and help someone out who's just looking to help out of the kindness of their heart.
That is not the worst plan.
It doesn't.
I think
If the meteorite's gone, then they'll just blame Takukek.
True. But I think we'd have to get it out of here first before we turn.
I think we need to stash this somewhere safe.
Absolutely. It can't be here.
No. Okay. I don't know where then. Just out in the woods,
don't
but
know.
I'm worried that someone will be able to track our footsteps, maybe.
Mhm.
What are the roofs like here? Are they shingled?
Yes.
I might have an idea. Is it dark now at this point?
Yes, it's very dark.
Okay. I'd like to. Does our window? We're on the second floor, right?
Yes.
Does it face towards the center or away from the center?
Towards the center.
Fuck.
Oh, wait, no, just kidding. Away.
Okay. So I'm going to just kind of stick my head out the window, see if anyone's around or specifically like looking at our room.
No.
I'd like to maneuver my way to the roof.
You do so. You
What are you doing?
climb out the window, get a hold onto the roof. It is a very gentle breeze tonight, and you can even see the ocean from here.
I'll just pry up one of the shingles and tuck the document in the notebook underneath, put it back down.
Ooh, okay, very cool. You do so.
And I'll make my way back down into our room.
Okay, I get it. It's genetic. Your whole family is just fucking crazy. I get it now.
Yes. Okay, well, we're still getting used to that. Hopefully, I'd be very surprised if someone was able to find it up there.
Yeah, mostly because I don't think anyone would think to look up there. But
Yeah.
I mean, if
Okay.
I were looking for documents that detailed treason to a nation, I certainly wouldn't think to.
Well, we need to move quickly because I have no doubt that Takukek is going to try to find some way to retaliate for these notebook's gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we're his prime suspects. So let's go find Smarty.
Let's go.
You hurry down, and you have an instinct where you think you should find her back where she initially chased, back where Rust will be. And you do find her there, comforting him. She's like squatting, getting really low to the ground, and whispering to him and talking to him, and you hear a few chuckles here and there between them.
Okay, hey.
You've decided, I presume?
We'll help.
She turns. How can I help? I suppose you want to know where it's stored.
Yes.
That would be helpful.
She takes you kind of in the direction of Zoryu Hall. There is a few passages hidden below the structure, and one that she opens from the ground that has a very foul stench about it. She climbs down a ladder. You follow her and realize that you are in the Fire Nation sewers.
Oh, good.
Where everything literally smells like hot shit. I know. And she walks a few paces down and takes a couple turns, and you find the crates of meteorite right beneath Kuchti's nose.
Wow. How big are we talking?
Yeah.
They're pretty fucking... They're quite large. I'd say...
How did you even get them down here then? Jesus.
Airbender.
Fair.
I'd say about 2 yuccas tall.
Damn.
Well, for now, do we know would these sewers connect down to like where the docks are?
They certainly would connect to the sea.
Okay.
So yeah, probably the docks. If you took the right turns.
Yeah. I think it'll look too suspicious if we're gone for too long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the best way to do this, if I'm honest.
Neither do I.
I can help get them down. I just need help getting them out.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
You hear the little bouncing of the gnome, the garden gnome that follows you. Rust. He goes up to the crates and just hugs them with his tiny little arms and licks the sides of the barrels.
I guess we'd need to go down to the docks, figure out what shipping schedules look like, what ships are leaving, what they're carrying.
Those are going to be checked, though.
And I suppose you're going to need help getting into the building.
For what it's worth.
This is kind of why I thought to include her in the first place, because I kind of thought this was going to happen.
Well,
but...
for what it's worth, I didn't want you to get in trouble.
Izumi comes from behind a corner. You mean these documents?
I hate that you're so good at that.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Again, this is why I proposed bringing her on in the first place. I understand. I was even against asking, but this is kind of why I even thought to.
Thank you, Izumi.
Thank you, Zumi. Yeah, I know. Anyway, as far as lining up a ship goes, that's not going to be super easy, but I think I might be able to handle it with a little bit of help.
Okay.
We are at your disposal.
I was hoping you'd say that. She hands you the shipping manifest. There is a boat that is going to sail out to Crescent Island and then to the Earth Kingdom on a supply run. If we can get it there, might stand a chance of at least getting out of the capital.
All right.
It's as good a plan as any.
It's an option. That is, if you, of course, wanted to include me in this plan.
Well, I think we kind of have to now.
I think you're kind of already in. I think it's too late to turn back now.
Thank you all. You are doing a good thing. Also, on the mention of Takukek, have you considered what happens if he has an airtight alibi? Or were you just gonna throw that one to the wind?
Regardless, I don't think it's information he should have.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
We turn it over to the officials, and they do what they want with it. It's out of our hands.
And the meteorite's just gone.
Yep. We say, this is what we found. This is who we think did it. That's all
That's
we can
all
do.
we got.
What if I
Unless
told
have
you
something.
if you can get the meteorite onto the boat, I can handle our alibi problem?
I don't like the way you say that.
Yeah, I don't.
You'll like the results. Keep me posted.
If I don't say anything, I can't indict myself. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Imagine it.
Yay.
You owe me one.
That'll be the day. All right, so now we just gotta get it onto a boat.
Onto a boat. All right.
Something tells me
Oh, boy.
not tonight, though, because, like you said, I think it's gonna look weird if we're gone for too long.
I mean, you're in your dormitories, so I mean, you're probably assumed sleeping.
It's fair.
Hmm.
I think as much as I don't want to be gone, the less time we take in getting this out of here, the better.
You are not wrong.
Okay, let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
With the strong... Ooh, what the butt? Something happened.
Something happened?
What?
Oh, I froze. Oh, Vince froze too. Vince, look at you freezing.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He's not frozen. Oh, everybody's frozen.
Yeah, what's up with
just
that?
kidding. Not anymore. I'm no longer frozen.
size good.
I am A-okay.
How's this? Oh, this is better. What's up? Okay, we're good. Anyway, that was strange. Moving on.
Okay. Yeah, weird.
Well then, session 0.
Session 0.
This is not session 0 because it had an immediate fix.
Still.
With Sumati's aid, she focuses very hard and she's able to levitate all of this on a huge gust of wind that actually makes it very difficult to hear yourselves. And slowly through the sewers, you guys move.
can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe we're doing this. Oh my god, what are we doing?
Just don't think about it. It helps.
Yeah, okay. Good.
When I was
Hand him a real.
an apprentice in the Western Air Temple, I once had a mentor who taught me how to train flying lemurs to take nuts from other airbenders. This is kind of like that.
I guess I can see
Ah.
similarities, but I don't.
Was
I'm
he a
not
criminal?
sure that's. I'm not sure that's like a direct I don't think that goes
Oh
one.
no, did I learn from a criminal? Is this what I
I
am
guess I
now?
could see you as a flying lemur.
Thanks. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm the flying
no.
lemur, yet you're the one scurrying up a building to hide documents on a roof.
That does sound very
Fair
lemur.
point.
But I'm the flying lemur.
Seeing that Sumati is getting upset, I'll be like, Sumati, cakes.
Learned from a criminal. My cakes! He taught me how to make cakes! I make criminal cakes!
Okay, never mind, not the cakes.
Oh no,
Well, you
this
don't
is
know for
very
sure that he was a criminal.
disappointing.
You don't know that for sure.
You're right, let's move on. You take a couple turns.
And you're just kind of stunned that worked. Like, what?
He gets to one long chute, and at the very end you see water.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we need to go. Oh, how do we do this?
If you can keep the coast clear, maybe I can bend the crates up into the boat?
Yeah, we can try.
Yeah.
I'll scramble out of the pipe a little bit and kind of look around and just get a general idea of what's around.
It's a pretty empty dock, but you do see some guards around, including a very familiar one.
The one who was talking with
Ikru?
Ikru, yeah.
Yup, that one. Although he looks a little... He's not really patrolling. He's looking around. He's looking for something.
Interesting. Let's kind of watch him for a minute or two. Is he like actively
ducks in and out of
going to
vision.
ships or?
He seems to be getting through to some ships, but not going up all the way to them because some of them are guarded by Fire Nation. He gets questioned a few times, but he's able to kind of rebuff them.
Okay. Okay. How should we handle this?
So we need to distract some guards. How are we going to do that in the dead of the night? We could, I don't know. I don't know, we could like fake an emergency of something, like one of us is like really injured and the other just like goes off to get help, and I don't know.
Fire Nation ships are metal, right?
Yeah.
The docks are wood, right?
Oh no, I was kidding.
Oh no.
Yes, they're largely wood.
You see an idea across
Oh, no.
Tada's eyes. Jim, how interconnected are these docks?
Please explain.
So if like one small part of the docks is set on fire, are all of them going to go up, or is just that spot going to be self-contained?
Most likely you're going to set off a wildfire scenario.
Gotcha.
Although, given that this is the Fire Nation, they likely pretty quickly put it out, so you probably wouldn't literally destroy the dock. Most likely.
Well, we could either try to do the injury, but I don't think we'll get enough of them to draw their attention away.
Yeah, I'm just throwing stuff out at this. I don't know.
But everyone likes to respond to natural disasters.
What were you thinking?
What if part of the dock just so happens to catch fire?
That would be just awful. That would be just the worst on top of this theft that has happened, I think.
Julian, I also want you to know that I didn't see your message in chat until
You
after I had
didn't?
thought of it. No.
Are you trying to tell me that two firebenders didn't think of arson as an option?
No, I did. I'm saying I didn't see your message. So
Proceed.
yeah, maybe you slip into the water, make your way around. We could just get one of the little corners going or something, enough to get everyone's
Okay.
attention. We'll use that as our distraction.
We gotta book it though.
We gotta make it quick. It's all gotta be very simultaneous.
This is a terrible idea, and I'm so on board with it. Let's go.
Oh boy. We're already in over our heads.
This is
Might as
somehow
well
a
go
worse
swimming.
idea. This is somehow a worse idea than smuggling the meteorite out of the city.
We're full of bad ideas today.
Yeah!
Woo!
Well, we're 15-year-old boys. What else are we full of?
Shit.
Lots of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for
Let's go
funsies,
commit arson.
because this is a weird thing of which we don't know the outcome, you're gonna push your luck.
Okay. Both of us or just...
I imagine.
Yeah. For the whole plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Because this is
All right.
quite
Sorry,
a
not great.
bold.
Please.
This is already quite a bold thing. Roll with passion.
This isn't relying on our skills and talents because we're using our talents as firebenders.
No.
I mean, would it be fair that
No.
Oh yeah.
since Yuka's the one doing the lighting, he's literally just using his firebending,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
and I can still roll for the push your luck?
No, you're both doing something incredibly stupid.
Okay.
Fine.
Fair.
That's still a 9 though, and I have a -1 to passion. That's a 9.
That is depressing.
All right. It's passion, so that's an 11.
Woo!
Woo!
Yuka, you dive into the water like a trained swimmer. This all happens simultaneously. Yuka dives in the water and swims to the other side of the pier, apparently parked fish. You light one of the pier stands on fire before diving back into the water and going back from where you came. Ty, you see this and begin, you wanted to get up onto the pier, right? Onto the dock?
I just want to make sure that the shipping papers that Izumi gave me make
Yes.
it with the actual meteorite.
You do so. Between you and Sumati, you manage to get the packages up and onto the dock. She has to airbend herself back onto the top. While you two are busy dealing with the crates, the rest of the firebenders may take a look at the actual fire that's going on. Put it out! Oh my god! And you see some of them like trying to firebend away some of the heat and to put some of it out, but none of them are quite that skilled because they're just goons. So they have to run around and try and find like buckets to dump water on it. You and Sumati have this enormous task ahead of you as you guide her, and she shoves the boxes further and further onto the ship that you're looking for. Thanks to Izumi's efforts, you do manage to get it in the right place and smuggle it in such a correct position that it will not be discovered that they are fake. You continue and finish packing things, and you see that one of the guards notices you. The one that you saw. You lock eyes.
Oh, shit.
And Yuka, you find yourself unable to reach, diving into the water. There isn't enough room for you to reach up back into the sewer to get up. So your only real option at this moment in time is to climb onto the pier and then go around. Or stay in the water and drown.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Not super big on drowning.
It's not super out of the way.
Okay,
You're able to get
I
up,
guess.
and you see as well Ty and the other guard locking eyes.
Oh shit!
And there's this pause before the familiar one turns back to the guards and eggs them on to continue putting out the fire.
Bless. Oh, bless.
The only thing you could see through his helmet was 2 green eyes and a scar on his right eyebrow. You make your way back into the sewer. Sumati is on your tail. You see her with little Rust, and she pushes him onto the meteorite and tells him to be careful. And hurries back and airbends herself back into the sewers, and by the time the fire has just been put out and you're in the clear. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, that was one of the craziest things I've ever done.
Let's do that again!
That's not.
No, absolutely.
Let's get out of here.
Meanwhile, like,
Yeah, no,
Yuka's
sorry,
got like
right, I'm sorry.
flame going, like just trying to dry himself off. Just like a fire.
You make your
Are
way
you-
back up the sewers.
Ma'am?
As we're making our way back, are you, Sumati? Did you let anyone else in on this?
What? No, certainly not. No. Why?
That guard, he saw me, but
Excuse
he
you.
chose not to alert the others.
Ma'am.
Maybe he was just being kind.
I don't know.
For now, Rust is safe, and so is everyone else. And that's the important thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Thank you again. I won't forget this.
I hopefully will. Let's go.
Same.
You guys make your way back out of the sewers.
Damn it.
Probably to take a shower. Back into your dormitories before morning. Morning comes, and there is still something to be done in Zoryu Hall. This is a week-long event, after all.
Yep.
Everyone rushes in to their immediate meeting rooms. But it is made clear that there is something of interest for all of them right at the start. The culprit for this heinous act of treason has been found.
Oh no, that's not great. We don't like that.
Thanks to our Izumi here of the Fire Nation, we know exactly who did all of this. And you see Izumi walk up and wipe a tear from her eye. It is with great displeasure that we announce this, but today of all weeks, it is important to express unity amongst the nations, and we will not hesitate to treat any traitor, regardless of nationality, appropriately. Lord Fu. What are you talking about? Were you or were you not at the initial docking of the meteorite that came into Fire Nation a few days earlier? Well, no, I had business. Where were you? I was at home. Can you prove that? No. He is arrested and charged with sedition.
Yikes.
Oof.
You sense he will probably be fine. He has a lot of money. But you see
That's
Captain Kuchti come down and shake Izumi's hand as she wipes another tear from her eye. And you hear Izumi just go, I know. What a disgrace. The rest of the week is handled without a hitch. Takukek finds you. Yeah?
Does that mean Izumi found where I stored the notes?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she framed his ass.
Gotcha.
Takukek finds you. I know you found them and took them. And I am not angry. But I feel you should know. Why?
Listening.
It is not just the Fire Nation. It's all of them. I have taken great strides over the years to work with the Avatar without becoming well known for working with the Avatar. While he is away, it is important to keep tabs on nations developing. We're in strange times. It was for the good of the world and balance. I'm not proud that it was in such a dishonest manner. But you should know why.
How did you know my mother?
It was very brief. She was once at one of these very fancy conventions. I was a young apprentice to my master at the time. We had a good time. We were friends. She had just met, she had fallen in love with some other Fire Nation noble and recently gave birth to a child. You. She was very proud of you. She saw a strong spirit in you. But I am sorry for the deception. I would like my notes back. If anyone manages to find them, that is.
Guess we'll see.
Thank you, you two. And he goes off. The rest of the summit goes off without a hitch. Lord Fu is charged with stealing the meteorite, but it is ultimately found that there is no way to prove it. Instead, what happens is, socially, it's understood that he took them, even though there's no proof. He was demoted in his cushy education job. But after this rather entertaining turn of events, it doesn't really go uphill, does it? After the events of the Four Nations Summit, it becomes very apparent that the nation is not ready for peace. Of course, the meteorite metal, while saving rust, more was found. And, thanks to Captain Kuchti, other things were manufactured with Fire Nation make and model. This is not the end, but the very beginning. And unfortunately, a good number of people will not be around to see how it ends.